side's fine. You made it through? We haven't what, sorry? Huh? Oh, comrades. Yeah. Yeah. I think his bicycle's coming. We could probably ride without our lights. We could probably ride without our lights. Turn your light off. I just want to see. Even cover your light with your hand. See, it's really not that bad. What? I guess. So as I said to Nick, we may not actually do the divide next year, but we'll at least do something like the BT 700 or some other like 1,000. There's a puddle in front of us. Keep going. Keep going. Or not. Yeah, I was thinking if we did some kind of like sub 1,000 kilometer ride to understand what we need, we don't need, our limits, etc. The only issue I have with that is, one, I really do want to do the divide or something like that. We don't even have to do the whole thing. Like, we could just pick a section and go Banff to Denver, Denver to New Mexico, or something like that, right? Denver to New Mexico is probably really funny, really pretty. I mean, I'd love to do Banff to Denver because it's really, really pretty. But God, that's probably exhausting as shit. Banff to Denver, the Canadian side to Denver, just doing the Rocky Mountains. Doing Denver to New Mexico would be really cool. What? Yeah. That's fine with me. No, I know, but I am perfectly fine with that. If people go, hey, I'm willing to do this, but you need to be the heavy carrier, yeah, fine. That's fine with me. I'm perfectly fine with that. Hell, I'll buy a trailer, or I'll make a trailer. But I'd love to do it with, I mean, I would love to do it with just the two of us, because it would be really fun. Like, I know we can get along for that long of a period. And I don't know, I just think it'd be really fun. But I really think it'd be a lot more fun and a lot more comforting if it was more than us. If it was more than just us. Like, I'd love it to be Nick and Daleen. I don't know if it'll be Nick and Daleen. It'll probably be Nick. It might be my dad. I'd love it to be Ryan. That would be really useful. But it's not going to happen. Ryan doesn't have the time.
Turning like your dad.
What?
Turning into your dad.
Well, when my dad had 2 kids, he wasn't home very much. But the other person I think would be helpful is one of Nick's friends. I call him the elf. I don't remember his name. The only issue is that he has the opposite problem. Like, Nick's really heavy and out of shape. Ethan is really light and out of shape. But having the pair of them would be really useful for 2 reasons. It would be a good way to set the pace, because you and I could, like, we'd very easily overdo it. You and I think you like riding fairly hard, and I like riding fairly hard. I get past my limits pretty easily. And then
I'm starting to appreciate the art of quitting.
yeah, well. But Nick has a tendency to, what?
Those are bikes.
There's lots of bikes that move in front of you. Apparently those were scooters. Anyways, Nick has a tendency to bail fairly easily, which has me scared in the sense that, like, if we rely on him for doing this, that he may quit on us. But I think I'm okay with that as long as he gets through one state. I said I think I'm okay with that as long as he makes it through a single state. He has anything. Doesn't matter what it is. He has a tendency to bail.
Does he like to bail after something started, or
all the time? He doesn't have a very good attention span, I guess. And he has a hankering for quitting, but the good thing is that if we are legitimately in the middle of nowhere and we're about to like set up tent, then I can at least help him, convince him to continue. Of course, if he's in pain, then that's different, right? Like if we pushed ourselves too hard and we're ready, we're on like the brink of like I've got nothing left, that's different. That's the Comrades. We'd pass the single track turn off.
yeah, the signal track.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, now it's getting a little hard to see.
What?
Now it's getting a little hard to see.
Yeah. On the way back, I'll probably throw my headlamp on. Yep.
I mean, even though it's a bit, we're in the middle of a fucking thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I love about this bit.
Yeah, I'm trying not to talk.
Oh. Yeah, I'm good. It was a bug, went right down my throat. Honestly, I don't know.
You're not one to judge the growth of a bug.
No.
Go check yourself.
It like hit me right in that thing in the back of your throat. Like flew right down my mouth.
That's a good thing about me, because I barely open my mouth when I talk.
I have my head fairly painted down, but you okay?
So I gave it a little too much oomph when I
Yeah.
pump jumped.
That's the one skill I want to learn before we do this is how to bunny hop. We won't be able to bunny hop with the gear, but I want to know how to do it in like emergency, right? If we're going down a hill at full speed and there's just something in the road that you need to hop over, I want to be able to know how to do it. Because I know how to do a wheelie.
Yeah, I think everybody knows how to do a wheelie, but we don't know how to pick up the bike behind us.
No. I was told you basically just jump.
Yeah.
But
I think the trick is to jump, and at a split second later, you pull the bike with you.
I don't know, actually. Because I think I was told to try not to pull the bike. The bike will just kind of come with you. But I don't know if that also means like tilt your toes forwards so that the act of jumping is kind of under the pedals.
Well, the thing is, you're heavier than the bike. So
Yeah.
if you jump, it's going to go with you wherever you go.
Yeah, I guess.
You just have to jump high enough.
Yeah, because you would also get clipless pedals. And then you just literally just jump. But I think the one thing I'll probably invest in if we do the divide is a shock stop stem for all of us. Like I'll just buy like a 3-pack shock stock stems if we decide to buy bikes that don't have suspension or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, if our bikes lack suspension, I'm gonna go first because it's kind of gnarly. Refused to like pull up next to me. You've gotten better at not doing it at like, because when you first started riding, I would tell you to come up and then you just stay there. You wouldn't take riding cues into context. You would just stay there because I said so. Yep. I think it might have been a sign. Having a headlamp is fantastic. No, but it's really helpful. I can look to my right, see if there's something there, and doesn't see it. Yeah. shifter keeps shifting on me.
I'll have to get it tuned up.
I'll have to just tune it up.
You'll have to tune it up by
Hitting it really hard with a stick.
the garbage and light.
Exactly.
Although it has been very good for a painful bike.
Yeah.
Sure, it's great.
My bike?
Not one intense break.
Yeah, well, I bought it fairly worn out, so.
I mean, like, when that tool
That was a wheel.
your cable.
That was user setting up error.
Yeah, but the, and what is it?
That might have always been there.
Like always in there.
Might have been.
And now the wheel is done.
Well, see,
That consistent, like, sound from the
so the funny thing with that is the only thing on here that, so I bought it really worn out. God knows how long it was, because I'm pretty sure this was stolen. Yeah, the guy I bought it from was really sketchy. But like sketchy and like I don't like this, but I don't think it's bad kind of sketchy. I don't know how to put it. Like, there could be something wrong with this, but his story kind of makes sense, but like maybe that's just what bike thieves say. Because what he said was even his friend said that he buys lockers, right? And these two Rocky Mountains were in the locker, which makes sense because he had two Rocky Mountains of similar years, right? But what it could have been is that he stole them from two people, and that's his cover-up story, because it makes sense, right? He just had that sketchy guy look, but he also had that kind of sketchy like Jim look, right?
yeah.
So Jim wouldn't steal something, but he would do something sketchy. Take it right. So like he would find a gray market and purchase it that way because he knows he can make a buck off of it, right? Yeah, it's not warm. Yeah, that's kind of the sketchy level he gave me, but it was never. What? Yeah. But yeah, so when I bought it, I think I had it for maybe 2 weeks, and the bottom bracket was being weird, but it wasn't being like, oh my god, I need to replace this, problematic. When we did that race, which was a couple weeks after that, when I bought it, the bottom bracket kept like falling off, so I'd ride like 10-15 minutes, and then the bike would change gears on the front, and then I'd have to stop, pull over, tighten it with my fingers, because I didn't have a tool on me, or I did have a tool, but the tool didn't fit because it was so stripped out, and then like rinse and repeat, right? It was really annoying. And then so I replaced that. So I bought so that was an FSA Omega crank or something like that. So then I replaced that with a Shimano crank, and it's been fine ever since. I've literally never had a problem with it. Well, I did when I stripped out the pedal, but that was user error, not. It went, ugh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. It's hard on the hands, not so bad on everything else. So yeah, the tree fell over. I'm not used to riding with my neck so high up because I'm trying to see with my headlamp. Yeah. So the crank failed, no big deal. That's not that bad of a replacement, and it was probably pretty good because from what I've been told, the FSA cranks are pretty crappy. Failed after that. Well, the cable snapped, but that was because I was told that the far end shifters were 2 or 3. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know how to set it up. I found out later that bikers. Oh, they're the scooter guys. No, they are bikers. Yeah, we'll probably end up passing these guys. So I found out later that you basically, the way that you set it up is by putting it into second gear and then putting, like, first gear is second gear is third gear. And then I never had a problem with it after, and then I replaced it with these drifters, and these drifters are great. It's like my favorite purchase for this bike. No, I'm gonna get a nicer bike. Like, these are really nice drifters for mechanical, but for the price that I'm willing to pay, there's almost no way that my new bike won't be hydraulic. Unless I build up a Soma, which if I do in that instance, it'll be probably mechanical using these drifters and this bar and all that stuff, but utilizing like the nicest shit I can buy for it. So I might buy Paul clampers, which are hydraulic assisted mechanical brakes, but that's probably about it. But I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna buy like a Surly Midnight Special or something, because what I really want is Thoraxle wheels, so they're stronger. But again, if I go Soma, I'll build wheels, or I'll get wheels built or whatever. But the beauty of going with a pre-made bike, especially if I get something 700C, is I'll still probably end up getting wheels built because I need it, and Dad will get my old wheels because Dad is really stubborn on that and doesn't want to get a second set because he doesn't want to pay for it. But if I pay for it, what are you? What? Error. I'm fast as fuck, boy. Nothing. Wasn't sure where you were, so.
I gave you a lot of space.
Okay, I wasn't sure, so I just hugged the puddle as close as I could. Yeah, I'm trying not to. Ride into the puddles, but I don't really know. Like, it's hard to tell when there's a light, because is the light really bright because like you're really close, or is the light really bright because the light's really bright? The bright's really light. If I'm riding too fast for you, but this is like the amount of effort that it is to ride the Cannondale, so that's just what I've been doing.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. It just dawned on me that it feels like we're going pretty quick. I said it just dawned on me that it feels like we're going pretty quick. Yeah, you got really close. Yeah. So there's the thing in front of us. So, you want to go first? Or you want me to go first? Yeah. So I'm trying to think of all the things that broke on this bike. So we had the crank that like wanted to fall off at the beginning. What happened? So if that happens again, if you emergency turn and I'm right behind you, just tell me puddle or turning or on your left or anything, right? Stopping, slowing down, watch yourself, watch out.
Yeah.
Or sorry, even if you say sorry, I'll know that to slow down or something, but I just wasn't expecting it. It's a good thing I can lock out the brakes on this bike now. But yeah, you were saying, what was the list of things that you said were the fault of this? The wheels wobbling out? So...
Well, I'm not saying it's fault.
No, I just want to figure out what are caused by me or parts I put on this bike versus what's actually caused by this bike. Because again, so the original wheel wobbling out, I think that was caused by the bike was very worn out. Like this bike has probably seen 10,000 kilometers, maybe 15,000 kilometers, because I think it was somebody's commuter, which isn't worn out, but like stock parts are dead at that point, right?
It's just the
Yeah, I didn't even notice. But because I don't have a mirror, right? Oh, that's a plane.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So yeah, the stock wheels are probably dead. So that's why they wobbled out. Because like I pulled a spoke through the rim. So that's why that was dead. Like those rims are garbage. I ended up just throwing them out because there wasn't anything recoverable on that bike or on that rim, that rim set. Because if the rims were that bad, the hub was probably worse, and I just couldn't really tell because it wasn't a very high-end wheel. So, but the rims were toast because they were old. The crank was toast because it's old. Those are all replaceable pieces that like just can't survive after that many kilometers. And then the new wheel, when I bought the new wheel, the place that they bought it for probably built it up for general use, but nothing more than that. I'm not a general use rider. I'm a much heavier, harder rider. Like I'm really aggressive even for my weight. So they wobbled out really fast. But because we did the ridge on this bike, we thrashed the bike. So my weight just kind of did the wheel in. But I did it so fast that Psychopath took it as a warranty. So they rebuilt it again. And if I do the ridge or something, I'll make sure to do it on the fixie, because it'll just do it so much better, single speed. And then the shifter was user error. That was just because I didn't know how to set it up. The crank stripping out was again user error. Ow. Yeah, I'm good. I had a pothole. Yeah, it's hard on the wrist. My hands are in the flat bar part, not the hoods.
I've been doing that for a while now.
Yeah. When you hit a pothole, it's hard on the wrist.
You tend to hold on to
I've got those cruise controls, so I'm really limited where I can put my hands, because they've got those big sticky out things, and they're not mounted right. When I set the bar up, and then wrapped it without riding the bike, so I didn't set it right. When I go to rewrap it, I'll figure it out. And the crack, I think the crack was there, because when we fixed the crack, the bike rode so much better. Like way better than I ever remember the bike riding. Like the bike went from being this like kind of hateful wobbly bike that it was never wobbly, it's aluminum, so it's still stiff even when it's broken.
It wasn't very solid.
It just wasn't a good bike. It just always felt kind of not fun. It wasn't lively, it was really sluggish feeling, it felt just bad. But then when I fixed it, and I mean that might be because I gusseted it, so I've added stiffness even that the bike didn't have new, but the bike just picked up a lot of hyperness. I don't know how to describe it. It just felt better. Everything just felt like it responded better. But also I've got like, this bike came with like I don't know, 8 inches of seat post. There's 18 inches of seat post on this now, because I was trying to over accommodate the pole. I didn't want it to break, so I took the pole I was using on the Cannondale and just used it on this. That's why I had that big extender on the Cannondale, and now I've got that huge dropper post. And that huge dropper post, I'm buying another dropper post. That huge dropper post has made me love dropper posts. I'm buying a dropper for this, or whatever, right? Whatever bike I'm going to be riding after August, I'm just getting a dropper.
I don't have enough seats.
No, you don't. But if we get you like a proper gravel bike, you'll gain a lot more seat posts, because that's a cyclocross bike. And the only reason why I have so much seat post exposed on this is because the bike's just a little too small. This bike? Yeah, this bike is just a little too small. So it results in things just have to be extended. I'll go to red light, I really could use it.